You were tuned in to episode 135. 135 of the Goodfellas podcast. Is your boy G5 Jeff TV, aka G5, aka 5, aka the Guru. Big shout out to everybody, man. Salute to everybody. Big shout out to Boxing First Vlog, man. He'll probably be jumping in here in a little bit. Big shout out to VP Shane. He'll probably jump in here. The legend, Ty Finney. Big shout out to him. He'll probably be in here in a little bit. And we coming off of a huge weekend of fights. Huge weekend of fights, man. And we got a recap. Couldn't get on yesterday, but we back today. We back today, and we definitely gonna get it popping. My guy Chris G in the building, man, said, "Yo, my boxing son in the building. What's going on?" See, DM3 said, "What's good, DM3? What's up with you, bro?" Chris G said, "Crazy weekend, yeah, man. Yeah, weekend was crazy, bro. Weekend was absolutely crazy. So much action went down, man. The Alicia Baumgardner and Mayer fight, that was a real good fight. Clarissa Shields and Savannah Marshall was crazy. That was a real good fight. Who else? We had Frank Sanchez. He got a good win. We had Caleb Plant. I can't wait till Shane gets on, bro. I can't wait till Shane gets on to tell you about his bet situation that he missed out on. Like, it was crazy. Hold on just a second, y'all. Hold on just a second. Chris G says, "I wanted to cry seeing what happened to Darrell." Bro, you know what, Chris? We gonna get right into that. We gonna get right into that. He said mainly because it kind of made Benavidez look bad. How did it make Benavidez look bad though? Like, I don't get that. Like, Benavidez still got the stoppage though. Like, he still got the stoppage over Darrell. But I kind of want to hold off on the Caleb Plant and Darrell talk, because I need Vlog to get in on that. I need Shane to get in on that. I gotta hold off on that. Look at Boo. Martha Rodriguez, what's going on? AKA Boo. What's going on, Boo? Andre Southgate, salute all here listening, man. Big shout out to Southgate, man. If you're not subscribed to Southgate's channel, definitely go subscribe to Southgate's channel. Southgate, if you want to put your link in the chat, man, definitely do that. DM3 also, man. DM3 got a channel as well, man. Definitely lock in with him. Definitely subscribe and lock in with him. Good content, man. Good brother. You know what I'm saying? DM3, if you want to put your channel link in the chat, definitely do so. Chris G, both got knife round stoppages, but I guess Benavidez was only 22 at the time, so he's got that. Yeah, bro, it's like Benavidez. Like, first of all, you just want me to get into this subject, and I'm gonna get into it. Jo in the building, man. Salute, big dog. Big shout out to you, baby. Big shout out to Jo, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? We rock with Jo heavy over here. But okay, let's get into it. We got to get into it. Andre Southgate, great weekend of boxing. Yeah, crazy weekend of boxing. Actually, you know what? Y'all let me know where y'all want to start. Y'all want to start? Y'all want to talk? Who do y'all want me to talk? What's the first topic for the show? What's the first topic for the show? If y'all wanted to be Wilder Hellenius, just put Wilder. If you wanted to be Caleb Plant, Darrell, just put Plant. If you want to talk about, the Baumgardner fight, the Clarissa Shields fight, if you want to talk about either one of those, we can do that. Let me know where y'all want to start at. Let me know where y'all want to start, so we can get it on and pop. And whoever responds first, that's what we're going with. Whoever responds in the comment section first. All right. Chris G. All right. Baumgardner and Mayer. Jo said, did you see officially Tyson Fury versus Chisora is being made for December 3rd? Shaking my head. Yeah. PGH Big Dog says, salute family. Big shout out to you, bro. Martha Rodriguez always showing love. Hugs and kisses to Martha Rodriguez, of course. So we're gonna get started. Let's get started with Baumgartner and Mayer. Bro, this was a good fight, man. I was talking to Shane about this fight after it happened, and she won by Baumgartner won by split decision, and it was really one of them fights. Like, what do you like? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, do you like you know, the spurts of Baumgartner, or did you like just the consistent flow of Mayer and the jab and just the overall general boxing? It really just depended on what you like. Baumgartner had the more highlight moments for sure, but you could make the argument that Mayer had the most balanced action. You know what I'm saying? Um, Chris G said I thought Bomb won from what I like. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Like Chris G, like you had the 5 criterias of how to score a round, but it's really about what do you like? What do you like? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you like? Um, my guy, man, Matt in the building, man. We all from, man. That's my guy right there, man. Big shout out to him. He said great picks on the females. Thought that Mayer fight was a draw. Man, I can respect that. I can respect that. A lot of people had it a draw. I'm not gonna lie, like they need to get rid of these 2-minute rounds for the ladies. By the time they get started cooking, the bell ringing. Like I think they need to add like another 30 seconds. If we can get a 2 minute 30-second rounds, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. But yeah, man, you can definitely say the Mayer fight was a draw. You can say the Mayer won the fight. You know what I mean? You can make the argument. You could definitely make the argument because it was like Baumgartner gave you like 45 seconds of good work in a round where she might have hurt Mayer. But then Mayer, the whole rest of the round, that whole minute 15, she was outboxing or outworking Baumgartner. So does that one shot that hurt Mayer equals up to a win in a round? Like that's what we really have to discuss, to be honest with you, man. But Matt, great point, man. Great point, man, for sure. Chris G said I thought it was 6-4-7-3 Baumgartner. Yeah, like if you like the more effective shots, the more telling shots, the explosiveness, Baumgartner is gonna be your choice. If you like balance level like this, just straight across the board, then you probably was looking at Mayer. Jo, I would have liked the draw, but can't be mad at the Baumgartner decision. I feel the same way, bro. I feel the same way. I'm a big Baumgartner fan. I like Mayer too, though. I like Mayer too. Jo, the thing about Mayer though, Mayer don't keep her head off the line, bro. Mayer don't keep her head off the line, man. Her head don't go. Her head, she's straight 1230. Straight 1230, but it's straight up and down. You know what I'm saying? So Baumgartner ain't have a hard time finding her. You know what I'm saying? I think if they was the rematch, I think Mayer could get that victory if she go back, watch the tape, clean up a couple things, and start a little faster. She needed to start a little faster for sure. We all from, he said both female fights were awesome. No, bro, Matt, they be scrapping, bro. Sometimes I like watching the women more than the men, man. Like they really put it out there, man. And the referees really don't be getting in their way neither. Like they let them get on the inside and do what they got to do, man. But bro, I called both of them, bro. I said Baumgartner was gonna win that fight, and I said Clarissa Shield was gonna win that fight, man. Like so, I don't know if whoever had that in the parlay or whatever, or just bet it straight up. You know what I'm saying? Like, but they were both great fights, man. Great fights. Jo, or at least make championship fights 12 rounds for women. Yeah, Jo, I agree with that as well. So if you're gonna go with 2-minute rounds, make them go 12. Make them go 12. If you add another 30 seconds to the round, then I'm cool with 10. I'm cool with 10. If you make it 2 minutes, 30 seconds, I'm cool with 10. You know what I'm saying? My guy, man, one of my faves, man, Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz and more, man, says salute my brother G5 Jeff TV. Hey, man, big shout out to Bruce, man. One of the hottest channels, period. His channel may be one of the top 5 that I can really like relate to and really be like, yo, if I had to pattern my channel like on a full-time basis, like I would model it after his, man. Like everything he's into, I'm into, man, and the way he just comes off on his podcast and on his shows, his interviews, man. Like Bruce is one of the best to do it, man, for sure, man. If you are not subscribed to Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz and More, definitely go check him out, man. Like that's family, like for real, for real. Definitely go check him out, man. Definitely give him a sub for sure. He said, we all from said winners were the fans, the guys need to take notes. That's a fact, bro. That's a fact. 100% facts, bro. That is 100% facts, man. Like the women just get out there and just go. And I don't know if it's because it's 2 minute rounds and they feel like time is of the essence, but they just get out there and just go, bro. They just go. Yeah, I mean, and I love it. Love it, man. But that's great point, bro. Great point. Jo, I gotta be honest. I'm not a big fan of women boxing, but they impressed me this weekend. Shout out to the ladies. Yeah, Jo, they did their thing, bro. They did their thing, man. Clarissa Shields, Savannah Marshall, the adjustments that had to be made in fight, with both of those fights was amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like it was absolutely amazing, man. Said Bruce Schools, hey man, Bruce School, you already know what time it is, bro. You already know what time it is. We all from what's up with Spence Crawford? Is this fight gonna happen while I still have my vision? Yo, bro. I listen, so the fight is supposed to go down. It's probably going to go down next year. Couple people like real close to the situation really just came out and said like it's gonna happen. Like them two are definitely fighting next. It's really just a matter of when. And they just gotta iron out the details, man. Like bottom line is like Crawford just don't have no leverage. Crawford has absolutely no leverage in these negotiations. So like it's either the Spence fight or he's stuck. Al Heyman has everybody at 147. He has everybody at 154. One of the options that he could have had, Crawford could have had if the Spence fight didn't happen, would have been a Conor Ben, but Conor Ben like taking, female pills, like he trying to get pregnant or something. You know what I'm saying? So that option is out. And then the only other option is really Virgil Ortiz. And he's not going to get, it's a good fight, but he's not going to get no credit for that victory. They're going to say Virgil Ortiz was too green. You know what I'm saying? So Crawford just don't have a lot of options. Al Heyman is a shrewd businessman. And if Bud wasn't going to sign a long-term deal with Al, at least a 3-4 fight deal, he was going to give him a shitty contract for this Spence fight. And that's exactly what's happening. You know what I'm saying? And I like both. People act like you can't be a Spence and a Crawford fan. I'm a Spence and a Crawford fan. But all of these promoters are shrewd businessmen. And these promoters and managers and all of that, you can't trust none of them. Like we are in a business where there's no regulations or anything like that. Like there's no governing body to oversee the entire sport. Like everybody's like an independent contractor. But to answer your question, like the fight is definitely going down. It's going down sometime next year. If to be honest with you, I would say probably spring of next year. It'll probably go down. They was just trying to rush it. They was trying to rush it for November, and they was trying to squeeze in little small details at the end, and it just got pushed back, man. I think it's gonna happen though, but next year for sure. Bruce, he said, I got Troy Dorsey tomorrow night. Hey, man, Troy Dorsey, big shout out to Troy Dorsey, man. That's a good look. That's a good look, man. Definitely go subscribe to Bruce. That's his link in the chat. Everybody in here, family, if you got channels, man, definitely put y'all link in the chat, man. Y'all know I'm definitely not tripping for sure, man. Like, definitely put it in the chat, man. So everybody, at least everybody here, can go subscribe. You know what I'm saying, and get some numbers up for sure. But yeah, the Mayer fight, the Mayer and Baumgartner fight was, I mean, it was one of them fights. I'm like, you could definitely score a 6-4 for Baumgartner. If you really like what Baumgartner was doing, you could score a 7-3. If you're more of your traditional judging, then you could have had it a draw. You could have had it one round either way. You could have had it Mayer 6-4. You could have had it Baumgartner 6-4. But to close that out, I think they need to add 30 seconds to each round, or if they're gonna go 2 minutes, they need to make the rounds 12 instead of 10. But it just the rounds are too short for me. Like I'm used to 3-minute rounds, man. Like, and I'm just used to 3-minute rounds, and you're asking people to make in-game adjustments with 2 minutes. Like you can't do nothing in 2 minutes. Like it's hard to make in-game adjustments in 2 minutes. By the time you make in-game adjustments during the round and you're trying to execute your adjustments that you just made, the round over. You're not even giving these ladies an opportunity to cook. Like we need them to cook. Like so, at least add another 30 seconds or 2 more rounds to the championship fights, man. My guy, man, English guy in the building, man. Big shout out to English guy, man. That's family for sure. Big shout out to English guy. But let's keep it skating though. English guy said Shields versus Marshall could have been a 12 rounder too. If it's 2-minute rounds, then 10 rounds isn't enough. I agree 100%, bro. I agree 100%, English guy. I think we need for the women to do 12 rounds if they only gonna do 2 minutes. If they only gonna do 2 minutes, like why not? Why not, man? Like it's just you're not leaving room for fighters to actually work their way through a round. Like, bro, it's like you cooking mini rice. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you cooking mini rice twice and the round over. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy, man. Like, I agree. They gotta do something about that. Chris G, we would have different lady winners if they were changed to 3-minute rounds. Just saying. So Chris, are you talking about Savannah Marshall or are you talking about Mayor? Like which one you talking about? Because I think if it was if it was like 3-minute rounds, um I think Mayor would have had a better opportunity to be more clear on the cards. Um, Baumgartner style definitely fits the 2-minute pocket for each round because she has a lot of explosiveness and she doesn't give you consistent flow throughout the whole round. It's just level then explosion, level explosion. You know what I mean? Got my guy in the building. Let me get him up in here, man. Roll the red carpet out for my guy, man. Ty Finney in the building, aka the legend. The background is super clean, bro. What is going on?
What's going on, man?
Oh
Glad to
man.
be on.
Hey man, sound good too, man. You know what I'm saying? Show the shirt, show the shirt, show
Uh,
the shirt for us.
in
You know
this
what I'm
corner.
saying?
In
In
this
this corner
corner.
pod, yes,
Yep.
sir. In this corner podcast, man. Definitely go check him out, man. The legend. Definitely doing big things, man. Definitely got family in the building. We just gonna run through these comments real quick and then we gonna cook, bro.
Okay.
Brennan Smith, he said, I was there. It was a good crowd, but not sold out. Um, yeah, bro, to be honest with you, as long as it was a good crowd, like that's all I really care about. As long as it was a good crowd, that's all I care about at the end of the day. Um, let's see. English guy said, fuck it, 15 rounds. Yeah, I don't care. He said, you skipped me. Did I skip you, bro? I am so sorry. Hold on. Where I skip you at, bro? I don't see nothing on here. This is the only one I got, DM3. The what's good joint. And then the one you just sent. Bro, send it again. I send it again because I didn't see it. I'm literally looking through the comments right now. Send it again, bro. Send it again real quick. I don't be skipping nobody, bro. Um Brennan Smith, I'm happy for Caleb Plant. He looked really good and good KO should stay with his trainer. Chris G said, yo, what's good, the legend.
Salute.
Yeah, Chris G been roaming all through these streets. You know what I'm saying? But let's get into I can't hold it back no more. I was hoping for Shane or vlog to get on, but can't hold it back no more. Caleb Plant Darrell, bro. Bro. I bro. Off top, man, I was not expecting Caleb Plant to get the knockout. I thought Caleb Plant was going to be more aggressive. I thought he was going to give himself more opportunities to be effective offensively because of his trainer, Breadman, and him hooking up with Coach Larry Wade, strength and conditioning coach. But he looked good, bro.
Yeah.
He looked good. I don't know if you heard of Shane's story. If not, I'll tell you. But
Nah,
yeah.
I didn't hear it.
Okay, so all right, what's your thoughts on the fight? And then I'll tell you the stuff Shane had to go through.
Caleb Plant did one hell of a job. Awesome performance. And like you said, man, nobody was expecting this because Caleb Plant is feather fisted. So he shocked me, and I'm sure the boxing world is shocked, man. It was a nice shot though. The world didn't see it coming, and laid him flat out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh, classic. That's a classic Philly combo right there. Like hook to the body, hook up top. That's an
right.
East Coast. That's an East Coast. That's a East Coast two shot. You know what I'm saying? You see that a
Mm-hmm.
lot. Philly guys throw that a lot. NY guys throw that a lot. Baltimore guys, Maryland guys, they throw it a lot. Ohio, they throw that hook to the body, hook to the head, hook up top. So it was classic Philly. Like it was classic Philly for sure. Oh man, listen, y'all. Let me tell y'all what happened with Shane, and I was waiting for him to get on here so he could tell it himself, but I'll tell it anyway. So Shane had a crazy ass parlay, right?
Mm-hmm.
So $40 was gonna get him 1,000. So he had Wilder knockout, he had Haney decision, he had Baumgartner decision, he had Clarissa Shields decision, and the last one that he had was Caleb Plant by decision. So I didn't know. So he lost out on $1,000 because Caleb Plant got a knockout except for the decision.
Mm-hmm.
So I called Shane, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm heading for work. I called Shane. I said, bro, I'm like, I'm like, why did Caleb Plant knock this dude out? Shane, serious as shit. He like, bro, it's not funny, bro. It's not funny. It's not funny. What are you talking about? So he tells me about the bet, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, damn.
Yeah,
I'm like, damn. I told him, I said, bro, I said, you can't go back on your bet. Like it's just everybody on planet Earth would have bet Caleb Plant decision. Like it was
facts,
the smart bet. Like it was a
facts.
smart bet, man. Like
Mm-hmm.
so, I don't know if Shane's listening, but outside of Shane losing his bet, Caleb Plant had a very, very impressive performance. And and did you see the part where he did the shovel?
Yeah, a lot of people were saying that was unprofessional. That wasn't good sportsmanship. But Darrell did talk a lot of trash leading up to it. So his emotions was probably still, riding high after that KO. So I mean,
Yo,
it was a little off, but
what
like I
you
said,
what
his
you what you
emotions are
think?
riding high though. Mm.
What you think?
Um, I didn't have no problem with it because of the way Darrell talked leading to the fight. If Darrell didn't talk all that trash, okay, I would. But he
Yeah,
talked a lot of trash, man. So I mean, I didn't have an issue with it, but a lot of people didn't like that.
bro. I let me cook on that real quick. I didn't have a problem with that either.
Right?
I'm gonna tell you why I didn't have a problem with it. Caleb Plant went way down on my list when that audio came out of him talking to Canelo in the middle of the round. Like it was like the ninth round, and he sounded like he was trying to get Canelo's approval, except for going in there and trying to kill this dude. You
Right?
know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, like killers don't do that. We ain't looking for no approval inside the ring. Like we trying to get this dude up out of here.
Right?
So because of that, I had a problem with that.
Mm,
So I can't have a problem with that and then turn around and have a problem with the shovel situation with Darrell.
right?
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like people gotta understand that what Darrell was doing, you can call it promotion, you can call it whatever you want to call it, but this is a combat sport. Everything is not for promotion. Like they had legit beef going into the fight. You can't
Facts.
talk that much trash and it's not legit beef. It
Right?
was legit beef between them two, and it don't stop. Beef don't stop just because you got to win.
Right?
It don't stop just because you got to win. Like if you a rival, you a rival. If you a op, you a op. It is what it is. So some of the like people are saying that it's unprofessional and things like that. Like that's your opinion, but just know when you got two grown men in the ring and they trying to knock each other out, even if Caleb Plant double back and been like, you know what, I could have handled that a little bit different. He's still caught up in the moment. We asking these dudes to turn their emotions down right after a fight. It's impossible.
Facts.
That's why you get the wildest interviews, the wildest sound bites right after the fight, because they're still up here. They're on a high. It's gonna take them until they take their shower and pack their bags and stuff. That's when they actually come down off the high.
Right.
They're still high. So for the people that feel like Caleb Plant was wrong for that, don't condemn him for it, because he was still in the moment. He was still in the
Yeah.
moment. He knocked out his op. Like
Right. Yeah.
that's what it is. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? For
Yeah.
sure. Let me see. But Brendan Smith, back to your comment, bro. You said I'm happy for Caleb playing. He looked real good. Good KO, should stay with his trainer. So basically, Brennan, Caleb Plant was with Breadman. Breadman is a trainer of J Rock, and he's been in Philly for the past couple months. He's been in Philly for the past couple months, on and off. He's been getting really, really good sparring, and I would say Philly's probably one of the top 5, 6 best places in the country to get sparring. You know what I'm saying? And just to get that overall just boxing vibe. You know what I'm saying? So Caleb Plant coming here, you could tell the difference in his game. You could tell. Usually trainers don't put their stamp on a fighter in their first fight. Like usually it takes about 2 to 3 camps. But you can literally tell the difference between Caleb Plant before Breadman and Caleb Plant with Breadman. You can see a huge difference. And I would say the biggest thing is Caleb Plant was very definitive in his style during the course of a round. If his style was to box during the course of a round, he always stayed in range, flashed the jab. He was defensively responsible. But when it was times for him to get aggressive, he was actually trying to walk Darrell down, and he was making him miss, making him pay. Sometimes he was leading, sometimes he was countering. His transition from offense to defense and defense to offense, and his footwork for him to stay in the pocket and not, I always felt like Caleb Plant just moved too much for me. Like he
Yeah.
just used too much real estate. Like what'd you see in the fight, like beside the knockout?
Well, one thing I did notice, like when Darrell was hitting on the break, I heard that Breadman was telling him, "Hey, get dirty with him." You know what I mean? He started hitting him back. He was hitting him back when when they was holding. But yeah, man, it was Caden Plant's game was awesome, awesome for that fight, man.
Yeah, it was his yo, boxing is a game of inches, man, and it's crazy because with Caleb Plant, probably before the Darrell fight, he's probably moving an extra 3-4 inches, and it's taking him completely out of range to maybe throw a counter shot or to put himself in position to land something big. He was always in position the entire fight. Like he was either all the way out like he wanted, or he was in position like he wanted. Like he fought a beautiful fight, man. Like, but you could
Facts.
tell his skill set went up here, man. Like you could see, like in the Canelo fight, it seemed like he was just thinking too much. Like he was trying to think his way through the fight, and it just wasn't flowing. You know what I'm saying? This fight, he was like flowing, like he was flowing. And Darrell can crack. That's not an easy guy to just stand in front of, man. But bro, that left hook was, oh man, that left hook was money. That left hook was money. DM3 said, skin color don't mean shit. If you can fight, you can fight. That is a fact. That is an absolute fact. And you know the thing that's funny? Anthony Darrell put a post up on Instagram, and I seen it leak because I was gonna cash in. He said if anybody can find a video of him saying no white boy is gonna beat him, he was gonna get $10,000. Bro, I looked at that post like maybe 20 minutes later. It was about 30 people like, bro, I need my 10 grand. I got it right here.
Yeah, I saw it too.
I'm like, Darrell must have been still feeling the shots.
That's what everybody was saying, man.
I'm like, bro, that left hook was from hell. Cause I'm like, you talking the next day, and you talking about you putting up 10 grand for a comment that everybody knew you said. Facts. Everybody knew you said it. Like I wish I'd have seen it sooner. I was like, bro, send me my cash via Cash App. We ain't even gotta Like Wayne ain't got to play around, man, for sure. But DM3, that's facts though. He said, new generation is too sensitive. As much crap as the old fighters used to do to each other. Oh, bro, it's crazy, man. Like I'm from that era where you know what I'm saying, Larry Holmes jumped off the limo with somebody after the after the press conference. I'm from that era when Riddick Bowe punched somebody, and you know what I'm saying, at a press conference. When Barrera and Morales start throwing hands in a press conference. I'm from that era, so it takes a lot for me to be offended. That shovel of the dirt thing on Darrell, I ain't had no problem with it.
Yeah.
At all.
Like you said, his emotions are rather high. And not to get off topic, but it reminds me of J Rock and Charlo, because you know after the loss, J Rock went to shake his hand, and Charlo was like, "Nah, he ain't want to shake his hand."
I ain't no
because I believe J Rock talked a lot of trash during the build up,
bro. And that's a great example, because there's a difference between you talking trash and it's just promotion, and you talking trash and you hit a nerve and it turns into beef. Like, J Rock was not only talking trash in regards to Charlo, but they were making PD accusations.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like they was making PD accusations as far as Charlo was concerned. So when you start doing that, you can't be mad if it turns into legit beef. But that's a great example though. They were caught in the moment. You know what I'm saying? Like he was caught in the moment. And I think they shook it up like backstage, like after the fight, like after he kind of calmed down. I think he shook it up. But nah, like it can turn into, it can turn into beef. Like it's kind of like Wilder and Fury. Like it was beef. Like it was legit beef. Like, and it's just, it is what it is. So when it's legit beef, you gotta throw the sportsmanship out the window. Like it's beef. Like it's beef. Like, you know what I'm saying? Brendan Smith, I would have done the same thing. No, facts. I'd have threw a dump truck on him. Forget a shovel. I'd have dump trucked the whole thing of dirt on him for sure. Jo, what did you think about Frank Sanchez's performance against Negron? Do you think he ready for a step up in competition? Jo, I like Frank Sanchez. I do. He's your typical Cuban. He's if he sticks to the script and just boxes, he beats a lot of guys. He faces a guy that's a dog and don't care about none of that boxing stuff, and is kind of coming at his chest. He's not going to do well. I do think he's ready for a step up in competition, but it depends on what type of competition we talking. I think Frank Sanchez. I think a Junior 5 fight will be good for him. He's not gonna get this fight, but even if he got like a Lucas Brown fight, I think that'll be a good fight for him. I think Frank Sanchez and let me see on the PBC side. Chris Arreola, I know that'd be a solid fight for him. He's ready for a step up in competition. Not too high though. Not too high. But I like Sanchez though. You think he ready for a step up, Legend?
Yeah, I think he is. And, one thing I noticed that the KO, it was sort of like the Brazil KO, because like Negron, his head hit the middle rope.
Yeah,
it's the same way he went down in the Brazil fight. So
yeah, that's a fact. 100%.
He's a big dude too, man.
Yeah.
Negron,
And the thing is with Sanchez, Jo, the thing with Sanchez, bro, I could see if someone's gonna beat Frank Sanchez, it'll be similar to how Bacoli beat Tony Yoka, how Tony Yoka got beat. You know what I'm saying? Tony Yoka is the premier boxer, but if you take him out of his element, you take it to him, how is he gonna respond? You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of these fighters are good in the element, but I'm like, when it's sunshine outside, man, it's easy to be in your element, man. What's going to happen when the rain comes? What's going to happen when the storm comes? You know what I'm saying? Like, can you operate when the conditions ain't exactly the way you want it? And that's the question that I have with Frank Sanchez. I don't know if he's going to be able to operate if it turned into a dogfight. I don't know how he's going to play it. When a dude don't care about that jab he throwing at him, and I don't know. But we only gonna find out if he steps up in competition, Jo. So I think he definitely ready though. Jo, he said Tank KO that one opponent in the corner and twerked on him. Yeah. He definitely did that. To be honest with you, bro, I ain't have a problem with that either. I ain't have a problem with it. Maybe I'm just cold hearted. I don't know. I'm cold
I know
hearted,
what
bro.
opponent he talking about though.
Yeah, I know who he's talking about
Okay.
because he hit him with the shot. It wasn't the dude wasn't a it was I think Tank might have had under 20 fights.
Okay.
It might have been maybe around like his 14, 15 fights, something like that.
Mm.
Knocked dude down in the corner. He did like this little twist drawing on him.
I probably seen it. Yeah, I
Yeah,
just
you
gotta
definitely
refresh my
seen
memory.
it.
Yeah, I probably
Yeah,
seen it though. Yeah.
you definitely seen it. Like,
Yeah.
and yeah, I didn't have a problem with it, man. I'm like, yo, if you're gonna do stuff like that in the heat of the moment, like I'm not gonna hold that over somebody's head.
Yeah,
Now,
even with Rolly, man, he did the same thing with Rolly. You know,
yeah, that
when
was
he ran
legit
up to
beef,
Rolly, put his hands up in his face. Yeah.
bro. He pushed the man off stage, man. Like that's
Right,
legit beef. Like
right,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like that's legit beef, bro. Like
Mm.
we can't get mad at these dudes. Like they in the hurt business. Like they in the hurt business, but you want them to act like they accountants. Like right after the fight, like it's
Yeah.
not gonna happen. English guy says Sanchez has needed to step up for a while. Yeah, I think Sanchez definitely needs a step up. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like even though Hellenius got knocked out, I thought that would have been a good opponent for Sanchez. I still think that's a good opponent for Sanchez, even though he got his utilities turned off on
Yeah, I thought
Saturday.
Effie was a good fight though.
FA,
I
yeah.
mean, he was a good opponent to me.
Yeah, for sure. But it was a perfect style matchup for Sanchez, you know what I'm saying? Like cuz this FA job is either he going to land a money shot or he's going to outbox him. You know what I'm saying? I think Tank teabagged that guy cuz he head butted him. I don't remember the exact details, Chris G, but I could see Tank doing something like that, whether he got teabagged or not. You know what I'm saying? Like Tank just ignorant dude in the ring, man. I don't mind it. DM3 said, I believe we need more of that type of action in boxing because we got a bunch of casuals and they like the circus. It'll get boxers paid. I'm with you 100%, man. Like we are in a combat sport. Like we need rivalries, bro. Like Wilder Fury was a rivalry.
Yes.
Tank Roley was like it was legit beef. Like it was legit beef. Like Caleb Plant, Anthony Durrell is legit beef. Not every fight is meant to be all right. Let's dap it up. Let's shake hands. Let's do this. Let's do that. Like if it's beef, it's beef. Like if that's what it is, that's what it is. I don't.
Yeah,
I don't
Rolly
mind it.
talk mad trash, during the
Rolly
build up late, mad trash.
Bro, Rolly talk trash. His trainer talk trash. Coach Bullet, big shout out to Coach Bullet.
Yeah.
Coach Bullet was talking hella shit, and they was talking during the fight, all that. But that's why you're there to settle it. Settle it. If you the man talking trash and you end up getting knocked out, you gotta walk home with that. You gotta walk home with that. You know what I'm saying? If Caleb Plant would have lost, he gotta walk home with that. Regardless, you have an opportunity to settle it. And to be honest with you, you gotta go ahead, bro.
Yeah, Rolly, to me, it was too early in his career to be talking trash like that. I mean, I know you're confident in yourself and you believe in your skills, but to me, it was way too early in Rolly's career to be doing all that.
But you know what, bro? Rolly's one of them dudes, man. He gonna talk his way into a fight. And I look at it, I'm like, if you talk your way into a fight, you talking your way into a payday. Like he literally talked his way into a payday, and people are gonna always know who Rolly is because of that fight. He'll probably never get a rematch, you know what I'm saying? But you can make the claim that Rolly can he probably set himself up for a couple of good fights, couple of good paydays, just off of that beef with Tank. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I just need for people to understand, like it's just, it's kind of like a reflection on what we need just in life, to be honest with you. Like when two people got a problem, they have an opportunity to settle it in the ring under a civilized environment. In the world that we live in, people got a problem and they running to get the pocket rocket. They running to get the 9 milli. You know what I'm saying? They pulling up, sliding up on you, shooting in front of schools and all types of stuff,
Right.
man. So I'm like, people need to embrace what they're seeing in boxing because this is actually what we need in the world, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, settle stuff with your hands, bro. Settle it with
Right.
your hands and get paid while you doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
If
Yeah.
you get
Get in
knocked
the
out,
ring,
you
let
get
off the steam.
get in the ring, let off the steam, man. Like, just if you get knocked out, okay. If you get knocked out, okay, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people just people hella sensitive, bro. Like people hella sensitive, man. Jo, he said, I'm with you, G5. I don't have a problem with it. This sport is ruthless. Emotions run high, and these dudes are going to war. I agree. I agree 100%, man. Like it's just, you can't, you know, it's war inside of the ring, and I'm like, you can lose your life inside of the ring as well. People trying to feed their families. People got outside stuff going on. People are physically not 100%. You gotta understand, like that's like asking a lion and a hyena to dap it up after they get finished scrapping. No, it's beef. Like
Right.
we're rivals. Like that sportsman like stuff is out the window. Out the window. People should not get offended by that if it's legit beef. Like
Yeah.
we can't, man. Like,
Yeah.
but I'm not knocking it neither though. Like if you feel that way, okay, cool. Like, okay, cool. Just know you're asking a lot
Yeah.
for a person to turn down their emotions.
Yeah. Man, I don't know if you've seen that video, man. I think it was kickboxing or something, but like it was a video that I was seeing going around. Like, dude just turned his back and the dude rocked him, and like all his trainers just ran after the dude in the corner and just started swinging on him.
I'm glad you said that, bro. I'm glad you said that because I'm gonna follow that up. I'll follow your example up with Floyd Victor Ortiz. Right? So it's
Right.
two ways you can look at it. You can look at it two ways, bro. You can go, all right, cool. Like you're supposed to protect yourself at all times, so technically it's not illegal. But morally, you dead wrong. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you dead wrong. So the kickboxing joint, right? Dude turned his head, dude punched him from behind, knocked him out. The trainers didn't like it because you would consider it a sucker punch. In the streets, that's a sucker punch.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're not squaring up, that's a sucker punch. But rule of the, law of the land is protect yourself at all times. So it just depends on how you look at it. But I'm not mad with neither one. I'm not mad with the guy taking the shot because legally he's within his right. And I ain't mad at the trainers because you got to
Yeah.
ride out for your guy. Like two
Yeah.
actions can be correct. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like the initial action, I didn't have a problem with it. It was a sucker punch, but yeah, it was legal. And the only
Yeah.
reason why we don't feel no type of way about it is because we don't know the person that actually got hit.
Yeah.
The people that know him went in there and defended him. I have no problem with it. I got no problem with it. Same thing with Floyd.
Yeah.
And Floyd,
Floyd's been in that situation, before it was Zab Judah.
yeah, he was in there.
Yeah.
It was like that exactly. It was like that with Zab, and that's the thing. I'm like Victor Ortiz hitting with
Yeah, but
a flying headbutt, and he was like, all right, yeah, we cool, blah blah.
right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I was just
Yeah.
like, as far as I was concerned, I'm like, I thought Victor Ortiz got what he deserved.
Yeah. If you
Dirty.
never had about him, the fight most likely wouldn't have ended like that. So,
Yeah, it wouldn't have ended like that. You wouldn't have got
yeah.
all that lovey dovey shit after you done
Yeah.
tried to. Hell no,
Right.
like we not.
Facts.
Hell no, we not doing it. It's war in the ring, man. Like
Facts.
for sure. Like if sportsmanship happens afterwards, we would prefer that. But if it doesn't, cool with it.
Yeah.
Cool with it. Oh, my bad. Rocky Rodriguez. Big shout out to Rocky Rodriguez, man. Said wildest power is insane. Yeah, let's jump into that, bro. Bro. I bro, let me just say this real quick, man. Like Wilder, and you got to credit Fury for taking care of Wilder the way he did in them fights too. Wilder is a very, very dangerous dude, man. He's a very dangerous dude for one reason. Whether you like Wilder or you dislike Wilder, he is a top 5 to 10 power punchers. Like his right hand is top 5 to 10 of all time. Mix any era up. He's top 5 to 10 all time, that right hand. And you never see a power puncher setting traps. The man is setting traps out here, and he been setting traps out here in these streets for these dudes, man. He's setting traps. His boxing IQ was a lot higher than what he gets credit for, man. But that was that was an all-time shot, man. I don't know if you watched I think it was maybe the podcast before the actual fight. I literally said the blunt. I said, Hellenius is getting knocked out within 5, because I said, even if you watch the replays of the Kalnacki fight, when he was getting into exchanges, he was like this. Chin straight up in the air, chin straight up in the air. Right. And I said, he can't do that against Wilder, man. That was an all-time money shot, man. What was your thoughts on it, bro?
Yeah, man. Going into the fight, like when they first got in the ring, man, like I knew it was going to be over early, because like Hellenius, man, he just looked so big, and he didn't look very fast either. So I just knew it was just a matter of time for Wilder to get him out there. But I wasn't expecting the first round, and I honestly don't think the shot was that hard. And like he didn't hit him like 100% power, you know what I mean? But he caught him, and the fact that Hellenius like right leg twisted and then he went down, I knew he wasn't going to get up from that. And Wilder was moving good too. Everybody say he's got the smallest legs, but he was moving good on his feet. He was moving good on his feet too.
That's a good point, man, because the thing about it is with Wilder, well, it was a counter shot, so he couldn't get, and he was on the back foot. He wasn't leaning forward, so he didn't get 100%, torque on the shot. But the most important thing about that shot, he hit him with the shot that he couldn't see. He didn't see the shot coming, even though it was that close. It was a bang, bang shot, and Wilder got there first. So for a 214-pound man to do that to a guy that big, his power is like next level, man. Like,
he went back down to like 215 pounds too. So I don't know, Lance was like 250 something, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. He was Wilder was 214. I think Hellenius was like 253, 254. And I felt like Wilder should have came in at this weight for the second and third Fury fight. And I remember talking to Boots Ennis, strength and conditioning coach, Rob Acosta. Big shout out to my guy Rob. And we had him on, and he was just like, bro, I'm like Rob, I'm like 240, a little high for Wilder. I'm like, what weight would you would have had him at? And Rob Acosta was like, bro, he said I'd have had him like 220 lean, moving. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, but that was a strategic move that just didn't work out. If you saying he got skinny legs, then you don't want to be adding crazy weight to skinny legs.
Facts. Yeah, putting on that weight for the third Fury fight, man. That like he gassed. He was definitely gassed.
Bro, we literally was like he was gassed after round 1. After the adrenaline and all that, he was gassed after round 1. Now he got his second win, but he was gassed after round 1, and people thought I was clowning, but I'm like, no, you can see it. Brennan Smith, Robert did not take a dive. He got hit hard. Let's address that real quick.
Yeah, I didn't think it was a dive at all.
Bro, let me explain to y'all how dives work, right? Mm-hmm. When you take a dive, you don't sign up for a dive and take a shot like that. Mm-hmm. You're supposed to take a softer shot or something like that, and then take your dive. You don't take an all-time counter shot and it's a dive. The same way he went in and attacked against Wilder is the same way he went in and attacked Kalnacki. The difference is Kalnacki ain't Wilder.
Right.
That's the difference. The people that saying that this was like a dive from Hellenius, man. I'm like, bro, he came off of 2 really good victories. He's been improving. And on top of that, they sparred. And they sparred. Like, come on, yo. Like, a lot of people got a lot of just negative energy towards
Yeah.
Wilder, man. Like
Yeah.
if that was AJ that was getting the knockout, you wouldn't hear none of that.
Right.
You wouldn't hear none of that, man. Like
Yeah. But
I wish people
I
stopped
do
that.
think when he fought Malik Scott in the
Now
past,
that
I
was
do
now
think that was
now
to me.
no, that was a dive, and I
Like I
love
watched the
Malik Scott,
replay a lot of times, man. It didn't look like it hurt at all. That I
bro.
could be
It's
wrong.
that was, bro. Yeah, yeah, we could be wrong. We wasn't in there, but I like Malik Scott as a fighter set the bar at a certain level. You watch that fight, you can't even get mad even if you're a Malik Scott person. I like Malik Scott. Like I wish I can interview him one day. But when you set the bar at a certain level and you're so far below the level, people are gonna talk. You know what I mean? People are gonna talk at the end of the day. We can't get mad at it, but it's because he set a positive bar. We're not used to seeing that from Malik Scott. That's why everybody's like, yo, like, what is that? Like, what's going on? And we've seen crazier stuff in boxing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, another example, man, what people were saying to dive was Jake Paul against Woodley. Now I don't think that was a dive at all. I mean,
Jake Paul and Woodley?
Woodley, yeah. Man, the way he took that shot and went down and fell straight face down like that. Yeah, actually going to let a man hit you like that, please.
Legend,
and
bro.
Everybody was saying that was a dive.
Bro, listen, people don't know boxing. Like people don't know boxing, bro. When they train referees, right? When a person gets knocked down, if a person is still conscious, they're gonna try to break their fall. When a fighter gets knocked down and they fall face first, more than likely they probably unconscious or semi-unconscious. You don't fall like the way Woodley fell. You can't act that.
Facts, man.
That happened because of the shot.
Right.
I remember having a big ass argument with Blunt on one of these podcasts about that, and he refused to give Jake Paul credit for that shot. That he was trying to say the same thing, like it was, rigged. It was a dive, and I'm like, bro, you're only saying that because you don't like Jake Paul. That's the only reason you saying that. You're not saying it because you honestly believe that. You go look at that shot. You don't act that shot. You don't act that reaction. You don't act that fall.
Facts, man. Especially falling face down like that.
Face down. He was done. He was done. As soon as it hit.
Right. Facts, man.
Soon as it hit, bro. Brendan Smith said, should Anthony call it a day? No. I don't think Anthony Joshua should call it a day. The one thing about Joshua that I like is he will fight anyone. He will fight anyone. I don't think the Usyk fights were smart, but I don't think Eddie Hearn is smart. I think Eddie Hearn is a boxing fan. I just don't think he knows enough about boxing to make the proper moves. Like, if AJ was under Bob Arum or Al Heyman, it's no way they put him up against Usyk. They would have just dropped the belt and went right into the Fury fight. That's $100 million fight.
Yeah, but wasn't he offered a step aside deal at one point?
Who?
And AJ, wasn't he offered a step aside and he didn't take it, right?
Yep, he didn't take it. But that's AJ. And sometimes you gotta save.
It wasn't like it was 15 million, right?
Yeah, it was 15 million.
I would took 15 million to step aside.
Yeah, but he was worried about
for no work.
Yeah, but he was worried about how he was going to be perceived in the public. That's what he was worried about. And the thing about it, AJ will fight anyone.
Yeah.
I think Chris Arreola signed for the fight with AJ. I don't know if they officially announced it yet, but that's a good, solid comeback fight. AJ needs to work on some things. And it's hard to work on some things when you're fighting top 2, top 3 guys in your division. Like, it's difficult. You can't have a new. So Robert Garcia is his trainer. It takes 2 to 3 camps to get acclimated. You can't get acclimated when you fighting Usyk twice.
Right.
Usyk is the ultimate chess player at heavyweight.
Right.
But if he fights Areola, he can work on some things. And Areola can crack. So those are the fights that AJ needs. He needs an Areola fight and maybe even if he ran it back with Dillian White, like get a Dillian White fight in, you know what I'm saying? Work on some things that Robert Garcia is trying to implement. Then try to go into a Wilder fight. Then look at a Fury fight. He has one of the biggest names in the sport, so he's always going to get a look.
Facts.
Always going to get a look. So I don't think he should be done at all, Brennan. DM3 said I don't believe it was fixed. Wilder needs to find a top 10 fighter, and then I believe. So DM3, the thing is, I didn't have a problem with the Helenius opponent, being the opponent, because he's coming off of a brutal 2 fights with Fury. Brutal two
Facts,
fights.
man.
And you got to check, especially a power puncher, man. Like once that invincibility is taken away, once that that aura goes away, then it's really just skill and your mental capacity, and you have to check that at the door when you're coming off of 2 losses like that. So I didn't have a problem with the Helenius fight. It was a perfect fight for him. He knows the opponent, sparred with him, you know. He's the quicker guy, the stronger guy. Helenius is coming off of 2 good wins, so people was respecting Helenius. Overall, I felt like it was a good fight for him, but you had to find out about Wilder. Now, let's see what he does. And PBC don't have a lot going on in heavyweight too, DM3. The only fight is maybe Andy Ruiz, but I think he gets Ruiz up out of there within 6.
Yeah, I think that it is like the best move in my opinion. I think that's the best move. The Helenius fight, it didn't even go 1 round, so he didn't really get enough. He didn't get a fair process. You know what I mean? So coming off 2 losses, he needs to have some more rounds. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think to be honest with you, with him going less than a round and only throwing 3 punches, to be honest with you, they could throw him back in there in December.
Yeah,
they throw him right back in there in December, man. Like I know they're not gonna do it. But they can definitely throw him back in there in December, man. Right back at the Barclay. You know what I'm saying? Give him another opponent, man. Maybe he can get some rounds in, and pretty much go from there. But yeah, Wilder different, bro. Wilder is different, and that's why I be telling people all the time, Legend. I'm like, yo, you can't say Wilder different and he's special, and then not give Fury credit. It just goes hand in hand. Like if he's special and you take out the person that's special, you gotta give it up. You know what I mean? You gotta give it up. Brendan Smith, he said hard Wilder shot. It sound hard, but on TV it did not look hard, crazy. So Legend even said, like, yeah, go ahead, Legend, go ahead.
Yeah, he was in the building for the fight.
I think so. I think he said he was in the building for the fight.
Okay.
But yeah, I felt like with Wilder, the shot sounded crazy on TV, but if to be honest with you, the reason why it sounded so crazy is because he was in the corner. If you notice, all of the mics and sound guys and all that, they're along the aprons, they're in the corners. Facts, you know what I'm saying? They're in the corners. So you just heard all of that with that sound. It was crazy. But because it was a counter shot, it didn't look like the craziest shot in the world. But Helenius literally was looking at the lights.
Yeah, I mean, he was looking at the stars, man.
Yeah, he was
laying on the pillow looking at the stars. He was already dreaming, man.
Yeah, man. He definitely had the what was it? The Sealy's. He had the Sealy's matches on the ring, man, for sure. Yeah. But it was a next level shot, man. It was a next level shot, man, for sure. Rocky Rodriguez, he said, I'm not gonna lie, Robert fooled me because of what he did to Kalnacki, but Wilder power is next level, and he set him up. Hey, Rocky, that's what I was saying, bro. Like he's a power puncher, an all-time power puncher to set traps. That's a dangerous man. That's a dangerous man for sure.
Yeah, every opponent touched the canvas, every single one of them.
Absolutely. J.O. said people think Helenius KO a dive because of the Malik Scott KO. Malik and Wilder were friends before, and that knockdown was a head scratcher. Helenius and Wilder were friends, and you see this. The thing about it, J.O., is you got to look everything with a knockout. You got to look at the shot. You got to look at the reaction. You got to look at the fall, and you got to look at them eyes. There's things that you can't act. The way Hellenius fell, you cannot script that. The way he was staring at the stars, he was looking for Mars in there for sure. He's in New York City, but he was looking for Mars on that ground, man, for sure.
Yeah.
You can't act that.
Facts, man.
That glass look, you can't act that. You know what I'm saying? You cannot act that. Big shout out to Rocky Rodriguez, man, for the super chat, super sticker. Appreciate you, good brother. You know what I'm saying? English guy, Hellenius got knocked out by two other tall guys, Duhopis and Washington. And when he's done, well, it's been against shorter guys where they couldn't so easily get at his chin. That's 100% facts. And that's something that the legend said before we were on the podcast. And I think Vlog was really trying to big up Hellenius. And Legend mentioned, like, hey, didn't he get knocked out by Gerald Washington? Like, Gerald Washington is not that guy. You know what I'm saying?
He's a horrible fighter to me at this point, man. His chin is just terrible to me, man.
Yeah, and his chin is bad. And the thing is, if I'm not mistaken, I think Gerald Washington is working with, oh my God, who did I see him working with? It might have been Malik Scott, bro.
Oh.
I think I seen Gerald Washington working with Malik Scott, if I'm not mistaken. But that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, he has problems with those type of guys. And it was just a perfect storm, perfect opponent, man. Like, you think Wilder ain't know that he could set him up like that. He actually told Drew Titan, big shout out to Drew Titan. He told Drew Titan he was gonna knock him out in the corner before the fight. He's gonna knock him out in the corner, like his back to the ropes in the corner before the fight. So obviously that's something he's seen, and you know what I'm saying, sparring with him and just knowing it. You know what I'm saying? Rocky Rodriguez, if you fall face first or bounce your head off the ring, it's not a dive. Robert head bounce. Bro, his head bounced like a crossover dribble, man. That thing was crazy. I was just like, bro, like in them eyes, bro. It was the eyes for me. It was them eyes, man. Like he just he looked like the dope man hitting with something crazy. You know what I mean? J.O. Hellenius came in so sloppy, lunging in with poor footwork. So even a Wilder punch at 40% can put you down when you're falling into it.
That's what I was saying, man. Like I was saying, like just the first, like when he just got in the ring, man. Like I said, he just looked big, man. He didn't look fast at all. So like I said, like, to be honest with you, man, when man, like my heart racing. I know the KO coming. You know what I'm saying? Like just the way the lane's moving and everything. I knew it was coming. Like I said, I predicted I'm gonna stop it.
Yeah, I think I think the thing that's crazy, bro, is that Hellenius looked like he was in better shape for the Kalnacki fight than he was the Wilder fight. Like he looked like he was in better physical shape. Let me see. But Jo, that's 100% facts, bro, and that's why. And Brennan, I know you said the fight, the punch didn't look so crazy. The reason is it was about a 50% Wilder shot because the other 50% was Hellenius running his face into his fist. He came in chin up and was throwing punches like down here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he didn't throw a hook and keep one guard up, throw a hook, keep it up. He didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? It was chin up and it was pretty basically like just hit me. Like that's literally what it was. Like he traded a chest shot for a headshot. Traded a chest shot for a headshot, man. That's the worst you can do. Brendan Smith, he said, should Darrell call it a day?
Man, I asked myself that question, man. I wouldn't. I'm sure he doesn't want to end his career, you know, with a KO loss like that. So I can see him getting back in there, but I think it is time for him to hang it up. But I wouldn't, like I said, I wouldn't end it right now. I got to get back there and, you know, right that wrong, man. That's a bad way to end your career with a loss like that, especially with all that trash you thought.
Bro, I can't even listen. I'm gonna say this, and I'm not trying to be funny at all. I'm not trying to be funny at all, bro. Anthony Durrell getting knocked out like that, you know, Canelo Alvarez will give him a look right
Yeah,
now. He would
yeah,
give him a look right now. You know what I'm saying? It be stuff like that to be happening to fighters, and like Canelo will give him an opportunity. And like I said, I'm not trying to be funny towards Canelo, but if Canelo feel like he need a bounce back fight to kind of get the feeling back, he would give
yeah,
Darrell a call. Like, so
yeah,
I don't think he needs to hang him up, because he definitely has to get a win under his belt before he retires. You can't retire and that's your last, you know, memory of you inside of the ring. Like, there very few guys can get away with that. Like, B Hop got away with that with the Joe Smith fight. You know, he got knocked through the ropes. Um, but people
that was
gave.
his last fight too. Like, yeah, it was the last
Mm-hmm.
one. Yeah, but man, but B.I. was just about 50 years old though. So I
Yeah,
mean,
B
B
Hop
is
was 50.
40, so B ain't no shame in his game, man. He did his thing in his 40s.
Yeah, B Hop is like 50 basically, and
Yeah,
that was part of the reason why he got a pass for it. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Jo said Wilder is being overly criticized for picking ex sparring partner. Loma is coming off a long layoff fighting ex sparring partner Jermaine Ortiz. Canelo fought Yildirim, who was an ex sparring partner. Jo, those are all facts. Those are all facts. And to be honest with you, a lot of guys be sparring guys and it doesn't get reported. You know what I'm saying? And it don't get reported and they end up fighting each other. So it's just, if you want the inside of boxing, there's a lot more fights that happen and those guys have sparred, and just those sparring sessions are just not available to the general public. You know what I'm saying? But Jo, that's a good point though. DM3, all I got to say is Wilder got to start beating top 10 opponents or better for me to believe in him. DM3, that's a fair assessment if that's where you want to go with it. Hold on a second, bro. Yeah, my bad. So I it's nothing wrong with wanting to see a guy fight top level competition. But DM3, I will say this though, outside of Andy Ruiz, PBC doesn't have anybody in the top 10. That's the
fact.
problem you're gonna run into. That's the problem you're gonna run into. Like, Wilder's gonna have to cross the street, or they're going to get somebody from across the street to fight him, and that's the problem that you're gonna have. So it may be a situation where you may DM3, you may not get that opportunity outside the Andy Ruiz fight. I hope you do, but it's not wrong for you to want that, bro. English guy Hellenius' face was like Curtis Stevens against Triple G. Looked like he saw a ghost.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was
that was a brutal case, man. Yeah, yeah.
brutal.
Stevens went to sleep, man.
Stevens, and the thing is, Curtis Stevens got up from that shot. Like, he got up from that shot. I mean, he ended up getting stopped, but it was kind of like, bro, his that's why I said them facial reactions, man. You can't act that. Like, you know, his bottom half was turned to the left, his top half turned to the right, and it was just like,
Yeah,
you can't fake
yeah,
that, man. You
yeah.
can't fake it. Um, Brendan Smith, I was at the Barclays. It was really fun, bro. It looked like it was lit in that joint. But yo, like, they really turn up, you know what I mean, in the Barclays when you give them a good fight. I remember Broner and Malignaggi, like that was lit. Um Usually when Danny Garcia get in the building, it's lit. Like, Barclay is a good spot, man. He said, "Where's Shane at?" I don't know where Shane is, man. Shane be super busy, man. So I try to get him in here as much as I can, but you probably gonna be seeing more of Legend and myself. Of course I'm gonna be, like jumping on his podcast and everything. So you're gonna see, a combination of guys with me. Just people gotta realize, like, Shane is all the way in the UK, so he's 5 hours ahead. So the time I be going on, it'd be like super late, in his neck of the woods, man, and Blunt is 3 hours behind. So it's whenever we link up, man, like it's a blessing at the end of the day, because you're talking three different time zones. You know what I'm
Facts,
saying?
man.
And
That's
we make it,
impressive, man.
yeah, and we got outside lives and all that, man. So we got
Yeah,
135 of them joints in, man. So I'm definitely proud of that. But hopefully Shane will be on this week though, like for sure. DM3 said, I believe AJ should only fight some of Wilder's tomato cans for 3 fights and then go back to the top 10 level. DM3, I don't DM3. So if I was controlling AJ's career, if I'm doing a cash out, then obviously I'm just gonna set up the Fury fight. If I'm doing a cash out, if I'm trying to rebuild him, a Chris Arreola fight, that's a solid fight. If he was to fight a Dillian White or something like that, that'd be another solid fight. And then I would give him like maybe like a Lucas Brown, a Junior Five, something like that. To have him work on his skills, build his confidence back up, and then jump back into top 5, top 6 competition. Then maybe a Joyce or something like that. But you got to be careful with that, man, because AJ Chin is not, fully insured, if you know what I mean. And is him in the ring at heavyweight is a risk against anyone. Like it's hard to have tune-up fights at heavyweight.
You
Very
think
hard to have tune-up fights at heavyweight.
you think since Big Baby back that they can try to rat back again or nah?
I think that would be a good option for him as well. I think that'd be a good option for him as well.
Yeah, because
That'd
people
definitely
looking at him like, you know, he's
that'd definitely be a
always
good option.
yeah. Guys looking at him like he's always gonna be a cheat, but he did his bid. He did his suspension. You know that's up. You know what I mean, that's behind him now, and he's looking to stay busy. So I mean,
Yeah,
I don't have an issue with that.
yeah, I just the thing with Big Baby Miller, I might, he gotta build his reputation back fight by
Yeah,
fight.
facts.
You know what I'm saying? He gotta build it back fight by fight, man. And when people do wrong, a lot of times people don't give that person an opportunity to get it right. Like nobody's saying that he was, innocent. Nobody's saying that he didn't do something wrong. But if you're not gonna give a person an opportunity to redeem themselves, then you're just you
Yeah,
just
yeah.
you could
I
just
feel
move
you.
on to the next person. Like you just move on to
Yeah,
the
I
next
feel you.
person because I'm like, we're gonna have to do that with Conor Ben. We're gonna have to do that with Big Baby Miller. We had to do that with Canelo. Like Canelo, when he fought Caleb Plant, he had to do Vada. He had to do Vada. I gotta credit him for that. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You gotta
And
credit him
I
for
like
that.
what you mentioned, man, about they like these suspensions, that's like putting a band-aid on the gunshot wound. Because if I'm not mistaken, when Canelo got his suspension, once his suspension was off, he was back in the ring fighting Triple G. Like he didn't get a
Yeah,
suspension, he got a training camp. You know what I mean?
exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
he
He
didn't get a
got
suspension.
he got a normal rest in between fights. Like that's why I'm like,
Right.
it's literally, so if you think about it, all of the top fighters fight like twice a year. So, and it's usually like 5, 6 months in between fights. And there's some
Mm-hmm.
PBC guys you can't say that about. But
Yeah,
when it comes down to it, these 6 month suspensions fall right into the rest time anyway.
right. Facts.
You know what I
Yeah, so
mean?
yeah, he definitely got a slap on the wrist, man.
Yeah, for sure. Brendan Smith, he said, I really like Charlo and Plant. I want to see it. Bro, it's a lot of combos you can give at 160 and 168. You can give them Plant Charlo at 68. You can give Plant Andre to 68. You can get Plant Benavidez at 68. Um, it's a lot of combos at 68, man. And it's like 68 is kind of ice cold because they won't make those matchups. Like 160 is ice cold because they won't make the matchups. It's not like the fights aren't there. They just won't make the matchups. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Jo, he said, not sure if you touched on this, but what do you think about Benavidez versus Uzcategui being made officially for January? I'm disappointed with all the hype around David. I was hoping for a bigger matchup. Jo, to be honest with you, I don't like the matchup. I'm sorry to say that, Chris G. That's
Mhm.
uh, Chris G
That's his
loves.
man.
That's his guy. I hate to say it, and I hope I hope our friendship doesn't deteriorate from me saying that. But I don't like the matchup, man. Like I don't like the matchup, and it almost seemed like it's a stay busy fight. If this is a stay busy fight for something big in his next fight, maybe like an Andrade or something like that, then I'll take this. But
Yeah.
he needs to get Uzcategui up out of there within the first 5.
It
I ain't
would
trying
seem
to see
like
nothing.
Benavidez just one of them guys that just got a hard time finding opponents, or
Yeah.
is it just Al Heyman? It just seemed to
Uh
me. I mean, he blew David Lemieux out the water, man. He made that look
yeah.
easy. And like, I was
Yeah.
a big fan of Lemieux, man. Even though he took a beating against Triple G, I'm a big fan of Lemieux.
Yeah. I agree 100%. I agree. Like, but we gonna see what happens with that though. I don't like the matchup though. Like, I think all of them dudes is the guys that's having a hard time getting fights, fight other guys that's having a hard time getting fights. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the
Yeah,
day, Brendan Smith, he said, but I don't know what is going on with Charlo. Bro, I don't know what's going on with Charlo
yeah.
neither,
So
man.
he
Like,
had an injury when he supposed to fight Sulecki, right? And then he had like
yeah,
a little prison stint or something like that. So yeah,
yeah.
he's one of the fighters that haven't fought at all this year.
Yeah,
He ain't fight
he
once
has
this year,
some
man.
right. Yeah, he
Yeah,
had like some legal issues.
yeah,
Then he was injured,
yeah.
and just
So
his stock is Brennan. His stock is really low right now.
man,
But I don't know, bro. But we gonna close this thing out, man. Hour 15 minutes strong, man. Keep it light. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't even cover everything, man. But that's just how it be.
yeah.
When there's so much stuff going on in the sport of boxing. But we definitely gonna be back tomorrow, cooking up. And Legend, when are you going back on your podcast?
I was thinking about doing it tomorrow. Like I was actually getting some notes. I had a lot of notes jotted down. I was actually thinking about doing it tomorrow, but I'm not sure yet.
Well, if you do it tomorrow, let me know. And if you know you're gonna do it tomorrow, like, start promoting that thing early, so I can put it on mine, and then I'll jump on there with you, and then we'll just, you know what I'm saying, we'll chop it up. So
Gotcha.
if Legend decides to do the podcast tomorrow, you'll probably get a special. You know what I'm saying? You'll get the Legends podcast tomorrow, and then you'll get mine as well. We'll, like, coordinate the times and everything, make sure
Yeah.
we ain't overlapping or anything. But that'll be lit. If that go down tomorrow, at the very least, I know I'm gonna be on tomorrow. And we're gonna chop it up, talk about these same topics, and just get more in depth with it. Jo said, great stream, fellas. Salute, man. Jo, big shout out to you, man. Big shout out, man, for sure. He said, Legend, what's the name of your channel while sub?
In this corner.
Yeah, his podcast is called In This Corner Podcast. The
I got it on the shirt.
got it on the shirt.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think the channel. I'm trying to see. Jo, are you on he want to know the name of your YouTube channel.
Yeah. I would have to send him the link.
Yeah.
If there's any way I can get in touch with him, I can just send him the link. If he,
Let me see real quick. Let me see.
yeah.
Let me see if I can quick. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I definitely want to get this to you. Let's see. Legend. Man, I don't be doing this for just anybody, neither. I'm middle of a darn stream looking for a link.
Yeah,
Make sure you
appreciate
follow
you.
me.
Yeah,
Let me see. Hold on.
I could try to do something on my end too.
Hold on. Let me see.
Yeah,
Bro, I'm having a hard time finding it. What I'm gonna do, Jo, jump on with us tomorrow. Jump on with us tomorrow. I'll have a link. I'll have the Legends link for the YouTube channel on here, and I'm gonna shoot it to you. and I promise you I'll have it by tomorrow. For sure. I actually need to have that anyway, so we can be flashing it during the show. Jo said appreciate it. Just want to show support. Nah, Jo, you family for sure. Definitely family, man. He said, okay, no doubt. Yeah, I
Appreciate
definitely
it,
have it
man.
for you tomorrow. Yeah, we definitely have it for you tomorrow. Legend, giving you social media and all that good stuff, good brother.
Yeah, I'm on Instagram. It's the Legend 3347. I'm on Facebook. It's Ty Finney. My podcast is called In This Corner. Slogan: No BS boxing.
Absolutely, man. You know what I'm saying? Legend, definitely family, for sure, man. You can follow Shane, I underscore am Shane, the number one, exclusively on Instagram. Um, Boxing First Vlog, big shout out to him. Uh his uh his Instagram is boxing the number one ST vlog, first vlog, and boxing first vlog on Twitter. Definitely go follow him, follow his channel as well if you like betting on boxing and all that. That's definitely the place you need to be. You can follow me all over the place, man. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, G5Jeff TV. Website, G5JeffTV.com. I might as well announce this now. Basically, coming out with a new podcast. It's going to be called G5Jeff TV Live, but each of these podcasts is basically going to have a special guest on it. So the first one will be with uh Team Haney, man. Coach Padman McGriff will be the first um guest on the new podcast, G5 Jeff TV Live. Probably will premiere probably this weekend, and we'll definitely drop clips of the interviews and all of that, and basically go from there. So definitely look for. We're gonna probably start promotion probably tomorrow, and definitely cook up with that. And that's just really only for when the guys is not available. So it'll probably go down probably like once a week, but we're gonna be interviewing someone, on those podcasts, man. So on behalf of the legend, aka Ty Finney, VP Shane, aka Ice Cool Shane, Boxing First Vlog, aka the General, aka Blunt, aka Blunt Bayless, aka Mr. 1K, and your boy G5 Jeff TV. And Conrad slides a comment in. He said, looking forward, nice. He said, looking forward to Padman. Yeah, Padman just got back. He said, Conrad also said, evening, guys. Did I arrive too late? It's never too late when you can listen to the playback. It's never too late when you can
Facts,
listen to the playback,
facts,
bro.
man.
Yeah, but Padman will be on, man. He'll be the first guest of the new podcast, man. He just got back home from Australia, and definitely he was sending me like videos and behind the scenes stuff and all of that. So we definitely gonna chop it up with him in regards to the journey to get to the victory and the rematch. I definitely want to talk to him about Devin Haney and the weight situation. I know a lot of people was like making comments about the pictures that was out
Yeah,
after the weigh-in.
yeah,
So we definitely want to chop it up with Padman about that. He looked absolutely shredded, like, but
yeah. He did, man.
the eyes usually when it's the cheekbones. When the
Yeah,
cheekbones look sunken in a little bit,
yeah. He looked weight drained
um,
in the face, man.
yeah, he looked
That's,
weight drained in the face, but he had enough energy to scrap with
facts, man.
Cambosis during the weigh-in, which led me to believe he wasn't horrible drained. Like if
Right.
I didn't see that, I would have been
Yeah,
like, I'm like, I don't know. But we definitely will. We definitely want to get into that. And how long does he think Haney should stay at 135? We're really gonna get into it because there's a lot of things that people want to know. Even though Haney he was more dominant in the second fight than he was the first. But there's a lot of questions about Haney's future, and is his future at 135? Is it at 140? And we gonna really we really gonna get to it. It's not the first time I've talked to Padman, but that's family right there. But we really gonna get into that, and he's really going to give us like an in-depth analysis on what was going on during camp, and kind of what's the future plans for Devin Haney. Conrad said Bill Haney would be cool too if you can get him on same day. I'll get him on someday. Yeah, if I'm pretty sure I can line that up. I'm pretty sure I can line that up. Definitely talk to Bill Haney as well. But listen, man, Conrad, definitely check the playback, man. Like this was a good one. We had the legend in here the whole time, man. Big shout out to the legend. We might be on his podcast tomorrow. If so, we'll definitely put it on social media. We'll put it on Facebook, put it on Instagram, put it on Twitter. We'll make sure everybody know about it. We'll coordinate the times and everything. And we're gonna cook up, man. So on behalf of the legend, your boy G5 Jeff TV, man. This is episode 135 of the Goodfellas podcast, man. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.
Peace.
All right, bro.
All right.